suppose have some games.
Hey guys, welcome back to Classic G Body Garage. Well, sitting here in front of me is my 78 Calais T-top, and you guys have seen this car recently pop up on my channel because this is the car I most recently bought. And I did a little introduction on that one, and what I wanted to do with this video is actually do a detailed walk around. So you guys have a good idea of what this car looks like and a little bit of history behind it as well. So, like I said, it is a 78 Calais. It does have the Calais grills right there, different than the Supreme grills. And, you know, the car is very, very clean. And that is because it came from South Carolina. No rust. You can see the rear bumper, the trunk lid does have a little bit of surface rust on it, but the rear bumper is clean. The quarter panels are clean. It doesn't appear that the car has ever been hit. Got someone else here that got carried away with a black spray can. It seems like that seems to be the trend with these cars that I buy. Someone is a little aerosol happy, but if you guys can see in there, you can see how clean it is. And let me show you a peek underneath. You can see what it looks like underneath there as well. So it is a very clean car, zero rust whatsoever. So, you know, being another Southern car and also a T-top car, you know, I'm a sucker for them just because they are very difficult to find where I live. Just because they're gone. The salt and the Ohio winters just killed these cars. You can see this car did have a vinyl top on it, and someone had pulled that top off. It was probably all you know, baked from the sun and peeling and coming off anyway, so they went ahead and tore it off. So not sure what I'm going to do about that, and I'm also not sure what I'm going to do with this car just yet. You'll have to find out on future videos. Once I figure out what I'm going to do with this car, I'll tell you guys. So let me open it up. It does have a few additional parts. I did start gathering parts for it already, just because I do have an idea what I want to do with the car, but I just kind of threw them inside here for the time being. You can see the carpet is just trashed, getting baked from the sun, and it's probably been wet a few times, so I'll have to pull the carpet out, make sure the floor is nice and dry. It has some chrome trim, extra chrome trim in here, some windshield cowl trim. It does have Firebird, either that or Pontiac Sunbird seats in there, so those don't belong. As you can see, they don't match. And this car, oddly enough, has the identical interior to the 78 parts car that I most recently junked. And I did pull those bucket seats out of that car and sold them to a friend of mine, so I might want to see if he will be willing to sell those back to me so I can get the proper seats into this car. Got a couple of rotors sitting on the floor there, they came with the car, but you can see, being a Calais, it does have the sport wheel, it does have the factory gauge cluster, and it does have the very cool factory T-tops. So being a Southern car, you know, it does have the typical chalking on the interior panels. The interior panels are warped, kind of coming off. Looks like it was undercoated at one time, but definitely came from the South. So, you know, the dashboard is just destroyed on it, which is common with these cars. So let me sneak around to the trunk. And I don't know what it is with these cars that I buy. Many of them, they don't have a trunk key. They don't have a trunk lock at all many times, and I don't know why the trunk lock's missing on this car because it's not even popped out of it. So this is what's in the trunk. Got another center console, and this is the center console that came out of the 78 parts car. So I already threw it in the trunk of this car because the console that's in this car currently is all busted up. So fortunately, I kept that center console, so it'll be going into this car, and it is even the same color. So it did come with a couple odds and ends parts. You guys saw the front end, it is missing the headlight, so I do have a headlight here and the bezel that goes around it. So I'll put that back in there. Probably someone was changing out the headlight, maybe it was burned out at one time and they just never finished the job. So it does have some parts in here. It does have some chrome trim that goes around the rear window, and these are the B-pillar moldings. It looked like someone was starting to convert this car into a regular hardtop since they pulled the vinyl top off of it. So that's what's inside the trunk. It is a clean car. You can see everything else is nice and clean. There's, you know, a little bit of surface rust here and there, nothing too bad. And Let me close that up. I'll show you guys the driver's side. Open that up, and then I'll open up the hood and show you guys what's under the hood. The car does have AC, but someone put a non-AC panel in there, which is kind of odd. It has factory delay wipers. The gauges are all yellowed out from the sun, so all that will need attention. You can see the Firebird seats in here. So let me open up the hood and show you guys what is underneath here. And the cool thing is, this car has all of the aluminum options on it. It has the factory aluminum hood, extremely light. I pulled the rear wheel off of it because it was going flat, so I fixed that. It has the factory aluminum drums on it, and it also has the factory aluminum front and rear bumper supports. So this car does have all the cool lightweight aluminum options on it. So this is what's in store under the hood. It does have the original Chevy 305, and yes, it was born that way according to the VIN number. They did that a lot in 1978, and as you can see, it is beautifully painted gloss black. I swear this guy must have had a case of gloss black paint sitting around and just went crazy with it. So it is hideous, and I'm hoping that I can actually clean this up. I'm thinking I can hose it down with some lacquer thinner, let it sit for a little bit, and just go nuts with my pressure washer and hope that a lot of it comes clean. I'll do that a few times and see what happens. But I do have some replacement parts here and there that I'll be able to swap in there to get rid of that black paint, like the overflow jug and the washer jug. So that's what's sitting under the hood, the factory 305. The guy that sold it to me thought it was a 350, but I did decode the block, and it is correct for this car. I don't think it's ever been out of this car. So there you have it. A little bit of a lengthy video, but detailed walk around of the 78 Cutlass Calais T-top. And be sure you guys subscribe, because I will have many more videos of this car, and tell you guys what is in store with this car as well. And as you can see, the battery is sitting here on the ground. I'm just about to fire it up. It's been sitting for quite some time, and it was sitting for many years prior to me. So it is more or less a cold start, old start, and since it is a nice day, I'm going to fire it up, show you guys how it runs. So be sure to subscribe and keep up with the videos. Thanks guys, I will talk to you in the next video.